Hello, everybody. Welcome to this special edition of Bedford County Live. I'm David Thomas. With me, I have Mr. Bo Gill.
Hello.
And we're here today to try to give you on get you caught up on some updates. And let's talk about the weather first, Bo. Tonight we have a wind chill advisory in effect all the way through tomorrow. For most of the day. And right now on radar, there's a little bit of snow flurry activity taking place around Lebanon, Murfreesboro, south of Nashville. It looks like it might slide this way a little bit, so there's a slight chance we'll get some more flurries. But the sun came out this afternoon, Bo, and it really helped.
It helped a lot. It cleared out a lot of things. The temperature isn't as high as we wanted it. The wind's blowing here and there, but these roads are just about as icy as they have been, especially the back county roads. And even maybe some of the city streets. They just can't help it when the wind chill like that comes through. Any water gets frozen, and I would say as the time passes into the evening, it's going to do nothing but get worse. So,
this wind chill is going to make it feel like it's colder than what it really is.
Yes,
and that's what the advisory is for, because that on your skin it's going to feel that way.
That's right.
So right now we got a temperature of 26 degrees. It made it up and stayed around 29, 30 all day.
Yeah, the sun helped a lot.
So it looks like that we might have that little chance of snow flurries between now and say 10 o'clock tonight. It looks like it fades away. And then tomorrow there's a little bit of clouds hanging around, and then it should clear out later in the day.
But that's when we're going to have some of our lowest temperatures.
In the morning,
tomorrow.
7 o'clock in the morning. That's 7 degrees in the morning at probably right around daybreak. And then it's going to go up to 18. And then Sunday morning,
that's warm right there.
Back down to 3-4 degrees or so. Then Sunday, it's gonna break. The sun's gonna break through, and we're gonna get up to about 34. So
that's gonna feel like summer. I mean, I'm already, the winter clothes have been playing well now, so I'm ready for the warmer weather. But a 38 or 40, it's the shorts might come out. I know they will here in Shelbyville. The shorts will come out. 35 degrees.
Yeah, there's some other issues that are going on in the county. Out in District 4, we've got some water problems. I know there's been some mains break out there. People are without water and have been, or at least they were this morning. I hadn't heard anything since. But water pressure was down in some areas of District 4 because of those breaks.
Yeah.
So
go check on any family members or elderly you might know in that area to make sure that they've got what they need. But we did want to make everyone aware that there's something else that the sheriff's department has announced, and that is to avoid the Fairfield Pike area at all costs if you possibly can.
Well, just in that one curve there, in that road.
But they're saying avoid Fairfield Pike, and just to kind of keep less traffic off of it generally. The reason for that is that exact problem you're talking about. I think it's kind of an easier way to kind of help keep people. They really don't want any people out at all, but we know we've got to get out, we've got to work, we've got things to do. So that's where the common sense comes in. Drive slow right now. You might think if the sun's out, it's okay. It's not. That wind chill's low, like we just mentioned, and the roads are slick, the side roads. Now the main roads, they're fine. Don't let the news the news media fool you. They're fine. Get out there and try. We've been out. You check David's videos out, and he'll have one tomorrow. And maybe later, you never know. And he's done very good at keeping us up to date with that.
Well, that's just to let people get a picture so they can see for themselves the way the roads look. And I'm trying to do a cross section, like the main roads and then the secondary roads and then the back
roads.
It's
great. I use it myself, in the morning I look and it kind of shows me, how bad it is.
I think people like to see that. It gives them an idea of, okay, am I going to get out or not?
Yeah.
That might make a
great.
difference. Okay.
It
but
does.
I do see a couple comments here. Andy Gibson, seeing too many people on their phones while driving hands-free is the law. Yeah, I see that every day.
And then puts slick roads on top of that. I mean, you have to pay attention, and not just immediately. You have to look 4 or 5 turns ahead of you.
Yeah. Okay, we've got ahead. Donna Smith. They are still out of water in District 4, so evidently the crews are out still working on that. Yeah. And that's a bad situation to not have water.
Praying for you guys. That is a tough. I've ran into a few people that do have their water frozen. But for a big area like that can't really call on their neighbors, like I said, go check on those that might be in need in there, and we're praying for y'all there. That's a tough deal, and they're on it, and hopefully it'll be fixed as soon as possible.
Ola Archer came in and says that a 25-year-old froze to death in his mobile home in Lewisburg this week, which that's a terrible situation.
Yes. It is.
And that alludes back to what you were saying. If you know somebody that might not have the heat that they need, or maybe they're just in a situation where they can't afford to turn the heat on, go check on them and get them in a warm
especially
place.
in the mobile homes or the single wides. I was working yesterday and visited a family out there, and they had their water and their electricity like that, and those just, even if they're fully insulated, they really don't hold. They're really not as insulated. They're good, but some of the older ones, which this one was, it this type of cold, it wasn't built for this type of cold. So anybody that's in that right there should wake us all up to see that a young man has passed away from I guess from the bitter cold.
Yeah, he froze to death. That's what she said.
That's very sad, and we're sorry to hear that.
Okay. On top of that, we've got some other closings that are taking place.
Yes.
We've got the water problem there, but last night at Bedford County Hospital at Vanderbilt Bedford, they had a frozen sprinkler system pipe burst, and it flooded and did quite a bit of, now I'm not going to say damage, but it created a lot of water problems pretty quick. So they had a little emergency, but that was cleared up and everything's back to normal. Great. Nobody had to be moved, but it put everybody on lockdown.
It could have been really bad, especially where it happened. Now, speaking of water problems, one of our favorite Hispanic restaurants here in town, they're also experiencing them. They had water break and they're closed, so they wanted to let everyone know that they've had, I guess, water pipes frozen, but they're closed. So I know if you're wanting your El Mexico, yeah, if you're not wanting your El Mexico tonight, you're gonna have to. So I'm sorry, did I not mention it was El Mexico? Well, El Mexico will be closed, and God love them. They're one of our favorite.
Okay, and you got Piggly Wiggly. They're closing at 6 p.m. So if you go visit the pig, do it earlier.
Do the pig earlier.
And Bo, I know this week the county convenience centers were closed through Thursday.
Yes.
They opened back up today.
Thank goodness.
And I'm assuming that they're probably going to be having their regular hours tomorrow as well.
I would assume so. We haven't heard any otherwise. They're normally open on Saturdays. Most, if not all, locations are. There's some that stagger through the week, but they, as far as we know, they will be open, and I'm sure they're going to be pretty busy. So have patience when you go to the convenience centers and throw your trash away, because they've been closed for several days.
Yeah, they're going to hopefully be open as normal, and that way, if you've been sitting on the trash, you can get rid of it.
That's right. And your tire center will be open Wednesday. Remember that's always a Wednesday thing, but they did announce they were closed this Wednesday. You can drop your tires off too this Wednesday. So
okay, we've got some closings as far as churches already. I've got 3 that I know of. First Baptist Church up on Depot Street up off the square here in town is going to be closed Sunday, but they will have their virtual service online live streaming. North Fork will be closed as well, and in Midland Heights, I think they will live stream, but they're going to be closed. And there are others that are waiting. Yes. I talked to one pastor, and he said, "We're all sitting back waiting to see who's going to close first." And I kind of laughed. So
that's a good strategy there, Pastor.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's several that are. I mean, when you when you have church, when the roads are the worst, usually you're most dedicated, and a lot of times your elderly will make sure that they don't miss church, and to have them out on those conditions is a
well. I mean, the biggest problem is your driveway, getting in the car, and then when you get to church, the sidewalks.
Right,
they're still slick or whatever. I know a lot of these parking lots have been scraped. But if you don't take care of the sidewalks, the hazard is walking.
That's right. And a lot of time the concrete still stays damp. So when it gets this cold, that just kind of frosts when it gets cold. So it can be slick anywhere, especially if it don't look at it. The black ice, it's real. It's real. Yeah. It'll get you. So be careful.
Looking on down the road, Monday, we should have a good day of melt. Tuesday, we're up in the 40s, upper 40s to around 50.
Relief.
And next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's going to feel like spring, and we're going to have a lot of rain.
But it's going to be soggy as everything, so be careful.
It's going to be definitely wet.
The rivers will be up. It will cause an influx.
I think that there are better days ahead, and we're over the hump right now. In the morning, we'll probably be still a little tricky on these back roads out in the county, and maybe Sunday morning as well. Come Monday, I'd say it's going to be a tough call for Dr. Garrett on the schools. Yeah. And I'm sure she'll let us know something Sunday.
Some of the back roads that are all covered will still be like that. But, we enjoyed it while you were here, Snow, but it's about time to head on out. What do you say there, David?
Yeah. Mr. Producer, do we have any other updates as far as closings go? Okay, Mr. Producer says we don't have anything else. With that, we're going to get out of here. We just wanted to interrupt your day and let you know of these few things that we have found out. But if we have anything else that comes up, we'll post them on Shelbyville
and if
Now.
you have anything that's closing any update, add to the comments here or let us know.
Yeah, let us know and we will get it posted. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again. And we'll be back Monday night
Monday
at 8
night.
o'clock.